Hey guys, we have asked you to ask us questions and we are here to answer. So, Ron, we have got loads of questions.
There is a lot to go through. There's a lot to go through, but a lot of them are very, very similar, and a lot of them are the typical questions that we've probably had over the last 2 years, which, you know what better opportunity to actually answer them once and for all.
Right, do you want to go first or shall I?
I tell you what, you go first.
Okay.
I'm going to see what ones you want to pick.
Someone has asked me relationship advice for meeting someone new. Advice I'd give to like my friends or someone that I care about. I think like now that we're at an age where you're looking for something like more serious, you know, like when I was younger, I feel like I'd just be like airy fairy, you know, like date anyone who's good looking or whatever. But I'd say like looks really don't matter.
Okay.
Because can I just no, as in it does to a certain extent. You got to find the person attractive, but I think you've got to like look for like the red flags. If you see any of them in the beginning, just honestly, just rule it out. Don't waste time. I say this to my friends all the time.
Are you not fearful that they'd go into that date looking for the red flags?
Do you know what?
Be aware of them,
Yes,
but don't go looking for red flags.
You know what? Yes and no, because like if you see them things from early doors, then you know you're not wasting no more time. Whereas people sometimes have hope and they're like, oh no, like maybe it was just that little sign that I didn't like of what he said or this or that. No, if someone's already giving you them little, you know, the comments that you don't like, or you can tell that they're still into their ex.
Early signs.
Yeah, like, or just things that you just wouldn't have like later on down the line. And that's not someone that you'd call like your dream man or your dream partner. Why are you wasting your time for? And I feel like a lot of people nowadays just waste their time because they want to be loved so much and they want a companion. So they just go with that and then they ignore the problems that they really spotted in the beginning and then they're fucked in the long run.
Yeah.
Don't you think that's like a mistake that a lot of people make?
Yeah, but I mean, I do agree. I just think when you're I mean, there's obvious signs. There's obvious signs of things that you want to avoid, and that's like, I don't know, like your typical ones. Like if someone's talking about their ex, like straight away, like in the first, second date, and you're thinking, what are you doing talking about your ex? Like, you come on, have you not got over him then? For me, bin straight away, right? Ta-da. But if there's, I don't know, like little things where you're like, oh, I'm not sure whether I'm not sure whether I got him on that. Give it a chance.
You know, as well, the one more thing, do not shy away from it. Do not give a shit, yeah? If they think you're too much, say it. Because if they can't take you in the beginning, then that ain't the person for you in the long run. And going with this...
I can just imagine you on a date.
No, but listen, guys, I give the best dating advice. I promise you, I'm the one with a ring on my finger. And not saying that my relationship is perfect, but there's things that I will not stand for and things that you shouldn't stand for either. So, like, go into that, yeah, making sure, like, if there's certain things you don't like, I'm just going to give you a random example, right? Like, say, I'll give you a really good example, right? So there was one guy back in the day that I was just going to go on a date with, nothing come of this thing, it wasn't a relationship or whatever. And I was like to him, okay, so he was like, let me take you on a date, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, then, obviously, my first thing was, okay, so what time are you picking me up, where we going? And he was like, oh, am I not going to meet you there? I said, you're taking the fucking piss. And
well, you want to be picked up.
Obviously. Yeah. Are you...
Okay, what about...
1 minute,
okay,
you're asking me on a date. So if you're asking me
wait.
on a date, you take me on that date.
Okay, wait. Right, say I live in Essex. She lives in, I don't know, somewhere in London or Kent. Right? We're both like 40 minutes from... We've decided... I've picked a place. I've booked it. It's like... It's in London somewhere. I know it takes me an hour to get in, takes her 40 minutes to get in, but I've got to go all the way around to Kent to then come in.
I'm not liking this already.
I think that's your problem. I think that's outrageous.
No, that is your problem. You knew that before asking that woman.
If she was half hour away and she was like I don't know. If I'm in Essex and she's in Essex somewhere but half hour away, it's out of my way to go to the place that we're going, right. But I will go and pick her up.
Red flag.
I will go and pick her up. But if I don't know, I would never probably date the other side. But let's say, for example, I'm Essex and she's, I don't know, South London or she's South somewhere, Kent. But we're meeting in London. So how am I going to go? You're telling me I've got to drive an hour and a half to Kent or to Surrey or wherever this girl is
100%.
to then come in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have
madness.
to.
You're
But
absolutely
you know
waffling.
what?
That's
You think,
absolutely
you think that's bad,
that's
but
a
you know
tragic
what?
opinion.
No, but I know men that have done that for my friends, for me. Like, I know Eddies would do that for me. Like, as in,
Yeah, for
even
you,
now.
you're married to the fella.
Doesn't matter though. Early stages, so it only will, if anything, get
Also,
worse.
you live 20 minutes away
Doesn't
from each
matter
other.
though. I'm just telling you, like, my perspective on things. If he's not doing that
Yeah,
from
because
day,
it suited your
from early
circumstance.
doors, no. If he's not doing that,
No.
if it's not early doors, guys, he's not gonna. He's only gonna deliver less. And if you settle
Yes, but there's
for
a
less
limit
in the
of
beginning,
being
you
reasonable
are fucked.
here.
Okay, all right. Let's meet in the middle. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm telling the
all right.
fucking date to do. Meet us in
Cool.
the fucking middle.
Right. Let's just meet in the middle then. I feel like only to make you happy. There was one situation where I went on a date once and someone ordered me a cab because they lived quite far, but only because I was familiar with them and we had like a friendship beforehand. I was like, okay, that's fine, sort of thing. Still don't agree with it, but I think that it's okay if you was to get a cab for them as a man, get them a cab, take them to the place. But still, for me, just personally, I wouldn't feel special. Like, I would just like to be picked up and wined and dined. It would just make me feel special
Yeah.
if someone comes to my door. I feel more comfortable that way.
I agree. In an ideal scenario, if you're close enough, it makes sense, and it's a great thing to do, then 100%. I'm talking about the situation that people probably, like, I'm talking about realistic situation where, let's say they're not, like, let's say we're talking about an 18-year-old here going on a date. They can be caked up enough to get a cab for you to go to there, them to get there, you to go home. The date itself, like, all right, for a 30-year-old bloke, yeah,
Yeah, okay.
probably all right. You know, they'll probably be able to do that. But I'm talking as a general consensus for a date. It's not. It's all situation based. I think it's about the little things, the little bits of effort that you make. Yes, those things are great, but if you can't do that, because whether it's financial or logistically, it literally doesn't make fucking sense, then do other things to make, make other things to make it feel special.
Okay, but you're talking about finance now, yeah? I'm just going to give you an example, yeah? Cool. They're not financially, like, well off. They're not comfortable. They can't afford that. That's fine. I'm not looking down on no one. I would even be happy with someone saying to me, right, can we go for a coffee?
Yeah,
go
lovely.
for a walk. My point is, though,
Perfect
it's just the
first date.
courtesy of, like, making me feel special enough to get me from my house so we go somewhere together.
Yeah, okay.
That's just my thing.
Okay,
but I do agree, like, I think
fine,
it is,
but
like...
logistically,
I am more
my
traditional in that
example of,
sense.
like, all right, I'm in Essex, you're in Surrey.
Then why the fuck you dating me from that far anyway, you idiot? And you can't you've made your life hard, and you made my life even harder.
I agree with that, but people do long distance and people make things work. I don't know. I've never been on one in my life, literally ever, and that's not me like showing off, but because I really don't think it's.
Do you think long distance works though?
Apps. People do apps and they put their location to the whole of London. London's a big place, so it might not work. One might be south, one might be north, east, west. It's a big place. You can't logistically it have to work. You have to find other ways to show your effort. If you can't do something, you should replace it with another, as long as it making them feel special. And that would be my relationship advice for whoever asked you that question. Would be, if they don't show enough interest and they don't make you feel special, do not bother.
Yeah, of course, because ultimately that is the main thing. Do you know what I mean?
I think going on dates.
So yeah, just to clarify, it's not about how much money they spend on you, because these men could be out here spending money on you, making you feel like some princess, but trust me, they're doing it to 10 other people.
I could make.
So yeah, it's not about that. I just mean in the sense of, like, I don't know, maybe it's just more, maybe it's like a Mediterranean thing, but I just like the whole idea of someone picking me up, making me feel special, making that effort. And I just think that, I don't know, if someone really cares, they'll do that. And I think going into something as a woman, you should set them boundaries.
Yeah, I think that's great for you to have that standard. And if a bloke has those same standards, vice versa, in a woman that you meet them, then great, perfect. But if it's not something that, if someone doesn't agree with that, then that's a you problem. That's wrong. That's just, okay, we're not suited because I see things differently.
And that's a you problem.
It's outrageous.
All right, on to the next question. Let me have a look. Okay, so this next question from someone is, what are your thoughts on OnlyFans? This is actually quite an interesting...
Simple. It's not interesting at all.
No, but it is, because everyone's got different... It's like, in this modern day, people think different things, you know what I mean? And it's okay for some people.
Yeah, okay. My opinion, flat out, no.
Yeah, I can't lie, dude. I'm with you on this one.
Do you know what? Like, without being like blunt about it, because it's such a big thing at the minute. Like, I get it. Like, and this is where obviously like feminism and things like that comes into play as well. And I really don't want to get hated on for this, but oh well, I'll put myself out there. You've got the likes of like, I don't know, like, taking recent. I don't want to fucking say that. You got the Lily Phillips of the world. You got the Bonnie Blues. You got the OnlyFans girls. Like, you've even got that girl who's...
Yeah, but they're next level though. Like,
well, you want to hear next level? There's a girl, I think she's American. She's 30 something years old, but she looks like 17. She looks like 16, and that's why she makes loads of money. She made 40 odd million last year.
Yeah.
Right, on a ridiculous, like absolutely ridiculous. It's generational wealth, right?
Yeah.
I get it. If that's what you want, if your main motivator is money, and you don't mind, if you don't mind putting yourself in that at that risk, and for the judgment, if you don't mind judgment being there, if you don't mind putting yourself like that, then you're willing to take that risk for the bank. You know what? Go for it.
Yeah.
Do your thing, but don't make it an issue if someone doesn't agree with that, or don't make it an issue if someone doesn't agree with that. And also, don't make it a thing where if you feel like a bloke is judging you and doesn't want to be with you because you do that,
I so agree with that.
That's not his problem. That is his. It's like having
that's
a type.
a you problem. That's your own insecurity.
Yeah, that's
100%.
That's someone having a different belief. That's someone having a different type. Like, for example, if you like blondes or brunettes, if you just don't find that attractive and if it puts you off, there's nothing wrong with that. What I think personally, I could never, ever, ever even fathom being with someone to do it.
Yeah. You know how I see it? Oh, I would never... I don't want to speak too big, but... No, I'm not even speaking too big. My daughter, if I ever have a daughter, she ain't ever fucking doing that shit. And, like, it's so mad because I sound like I'm being such a bitch about it, but I know people that do it, and I don't actually judge them. Good for you. You do what you want. Yeah, I'm not judging you, but me personally, I could never in a million years, like, money for me does not matter to that extent. I would never sell my body.
There's a certain
you are still selling yourself.
Level,
yeah. And for me, morally, I think it's wrong. And I can't believe what this generation has come to. Like, how it's changed
trying
so
to be
much.
Normalised. That's, I think,
it's
the
so
issue.
normalised. And the fact that, like, if you speak on it and you disagree with it, you're weird. You're not up to date with, like, the new generation. Well, I don't want to be up to date with it. I don't want to be like okay with all of this stuff, because I wouldn't do it myself. I wouldn't want my daughter to do it.
Right, do you know what? I actually take back everything I just said. I'm judging. I'm not encouraging. I hate it. I don't believe in it. I wish it's eradicated from the world. That's my plain and simple say on it. I'm sorry if I'm going to get hate from it. I don't think I am. Don't care. That's it. Me, done.
I don't think you're wrong for judging it. I can't even lie to you. I feel like too many people expect, like, us nowadays to go with the times and, like I said, see things as, like, normal nowadays when it's really not normal. Like, imagine normal. If my nan doesn't even know what OnlyFans is. And my mum and dad don't. Imagine if they knew, they would probably have a heart attack. Do you know what I mean? Like, why is it? No, but I'm just trying to say,
I'd be worried
like,
if your nan did know.
No, but why is it okay? Like,
your
why do we have to think it's
people,
the...
Your
not.
Your
She
nan
would
is
actually
subscribing
die.
to me.
She's got a weak heart anyway. That would just tip her over. Oh, God forbid.
She's doing feet pics. She's earning her bank.
No, but even that in itself is so fucking weird. Like, even if it's just your feet, you're still selling yourself and having someone wank over your toes.
Have you had people asking your DMs about,
of course,
like, feet
so
and
many
stuff?
times. And you know what? Just think you're
you
weird.
Sent them. You
no, I don't.
Yes,
it's
have.
Weird. It's fucking weird.
Yes, you have. You told me you charge like 500 quid for a feet pic.
No, firstly, if I was to do, I would not be charging 500. I would be charging 1 mil.
What, for them trotters?
Hey.
I've been asked quite a few times from agency. They
toe pics?
No, for OnlyFans.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 15 a month.
Would you do it?
No, obviously not. Otherwise, I would have done it.
Yeah, I feel like it's. I know
I ain't got a big enough chopper
I
for
feel like
that.
it's not as bad. Actually, it's actually more cringe for men to do it in some ways.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's no point getting onto it, but you've obviously got that part of the industry that was there before, which is obviously female led. But anyways, that is the end of that question because I hate talking about it. It's grim. Right, next.
What is your favourite Love Island memory? I hope that is either about me or Lana.
Oh, see, that's the thing. Like, the right thing to say here is obviously obviously
You won. No, you didn't win it. You
at the time, obviously, Lana. It would probably be the fondest memory. Aside from that, I would. Thing is, it's been 2 years. Like, I would say probably the best bits of it are the fact that I've come away and I hate to say it, but like obviously you being like one of my best mates, obviously being friends with people like Kai, even Tom and Casey. Like, I don't see them as much, but like still keep in touch with people and like people that I would have never have met. I think that's probably the best thing that come of it, other than obviously relationship.
Yeah.
But let's move aside.
Yeah, but that's
from
still
that.
a good experience. I feel like these things you shouldn't like ever.
They're probably my best memories, I think.
Yeah.
Like, we had some jokes times in there.
Yeah.
Like, there was some crease moments, but
I really couldn't have done it without you. I would have been so fucking bored.
you only did 3 weeks. You did a light stint.
I know. And
Some of us did like some of us did start to finish. Yeah.
Oh, no wonder why you were so sad.
Go on, your favourite memory then. Come on.
I
don't think you have one.
Oh, just leaving and getting picked up at the airport.
Yeah,
Yeah, I couldn't wait to get out there. No, but what was my favourite? You know what my favourite was? Walking in as the last girl, knowing, that I was one of the baddest of them all.
Who stepped forward for you? How many?
I think 3.
So just one. Really, it's probably Kai, wasn't it?
What do you mean?
That was it. No one you only had one step forward for you.
No, 3 stepped forward.
Who?
Harris.
Did
Kai.
he?
I think
Will Harris. Oh, okay, all right, fair. So you had 3.
But no,
right.
I just think the only reason I'm picking that moment is because I look really nice.
Okay, all right, fair.
Yeah, that's
in
just
your
me
opinion,
being vain. Let me have a look through. I can't think of any other moments now, like being my best moments.
It's like the little things. I think it's the experience, but then like some of the things that we enjoyed in there that we probably won't even remember. Like, I do actually remember some funny times, even on some of the off days. Like, we had pretty. It was nice just to chill and just think, we were in the middle of all these mountains. I just think that was such a cool thing. But then you had to get back to like the show, and you're just sort of like, oh man. A lot of you absolute wrong-uns still ask the question. I've got one here: is have you two clarted? Right? Like,
why are they so obsessed?
We've had these questions for 2 years, and just grow up. Just grow up. It's like, she is engaged. We've never seen each other like that. We have been friends from the get-go. So grow up with these questions, because there are so many of like, are you going to drop your fiance? All this sort of stuff. Please pack it in. All right? But I do have one question that's sort of similar.
That is funny.
And it is, when a guy and a girl are really close mates like us two, are there any boundaries not to cross? So for me personally, I don't even think about a boundary that we'd even, like, you can't even cross. I think for normal people, if they're in like a, I don't know, if they're in like a friends with a girl and a boy and one of them's in a relationship, or you're both in a relationship, I think there are certain boundaries and respect level. And I actually think that you need to get on with their partner.
Yeah, I agree.
I think even though I met you before, obviously I met Eddie's, like, and become...
You always made, I think, each other feel really, like, you made him feel comfortable.
Yeah, that's so important.
It's so important.
I think you have to make the partner, wherever it is, vice versa, whether you're meeting the girl or the boy, I think you have to make them comfortable in thinking there is just pure intentions and that there is nothing there, because you can kind of get a gist of whether or not there is
100%.
actually something there.
And I kind of understand it being a bit awkward for the other person.
100%. Because you don't know. Like, for example, the first time you probably met me, you'd be like, bloody hell, like, you spent weeks away with my missus in a villa. Like, we literally was coupled up for like a week, and you think, actually, that's That's not a normal circumstance.
Exactly.
But if you come out and if you're like if you're a bloke's bloke, you can kind of like get beyond that. I think where a lot of people go wrong with it is that, and most of the time it's on the bloke side, they think with a dick. So there's always like that possibility, or like there's always that like intention of, oh, what if they split up, or what if, you know, what if we did give it a go? And I think that's where you kind of, having those thoughts is where you're crossing, I'd say, boundaries. I think that the boundary that you can't cross, or the boundary you've got to look out for, is your intentions. So if you've got like a fella who, I do you know what, I actually see TikToks on it where you're, I think I see it in like American TikTok a lot, where they're like, oh, I'm playing a prank on my boy best mate, and they're like, oh, come meet me, like, can you come see me at like 11, or like, you know, the you up call, or the you up text, playing that prank on them, and then seeing how quickly they get around the house and see whether there's actually like a, like that intention around. People do it. Like, I know people have bad intentions and blokes think they do. The problem is that it's all about what type of bloke and what type of girl you are. That's the problem. You can't really, you're never really going to know. It's about trust, and I think it's to do with like how legit is your friendship, and whether or not your partner trusts it. Our friendship is actually
so much deeper than that, innit? Like, I actually feel like I don't really make new friends. I don't want to either. So for you to be a part of my life, I feel like it's because we've got a genuine friendship, and it's not, we're so comfortable with each other. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So it's just a different kind of friendship, and not everyone gets that.
It's weird. Like, we've been through an experience that no one else has, and like being from, I guess, similar areas and being very similar in terms of people, it was quite easy for us to become friends. Yeah. But we was both the same. We was like, nah, we're not making best mates here. Yeah. Like, let's be honest. We'll probably give it 6 months and probably not going to speak to anyone. Yeah. But you do.
But when you cried like a bitch,
I didn't cry like a bitch. I shed tears. I think that's bullshit. I shed tears.
Fucking hell! I couldn't even see you. You was like,
no, I wasn't. I shed tears. I was actually creasing a lot of time because I was embarrassed that I was crying.
No.
And it's very intense and emotional. Now I would never cry now, obviously.
Yeah.
Right. Next question.
What is your favourite thing about each other?
Oh, next question. I don't have anything.
Yes, you do. We said it before, you liar.
What? When?
Tell me. Everything about me, you love it. I want to tell you what I like about you.
Are you going to be legit, though?
I promise I will.
Okay,
so what my favourite thing about you, other than your personality, even though it's fucking annoying, is if you was in a room full of people that were talking shit about me, you would cuss them the fuck out. And like, I know
I'd join in, man.
You would know you wouldn't. You would not have it. Like, you're very loyal and you have my back, and you're not a pussy. Like, there's so many people nowadays that just stay in the room and they're quiet because they just want to be like people pleasers. Even if they don't encourage it, you would actually switch.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't. You know what? I didn't expect you to say that.
Yeah. What was you gonna do in a room full of people?
Join in. I'd probably cuss you out as well.
That's bullshit. I don't
I'd
believe
be like,
it for
she's
a second.
a bitch, man. Nah, do you know what? The same sort of applies to you. I wouldn't say that's my favourite thing. I'd probably say something else, but that is a good trait that we both have. We have each other's back. Mm-hmm. Like we did in Villa, do outside, like even on, if anything happened on social media, regardless of the repercussions it was having us or the consequences, I'd always be like, nah, that's fucking leave it out. Or if you was in the wrong, I'd be like, right, I'm gonna back you, but Tanya, you kind of fucked up. Like, can we just not fucking do that again? Yeah.
Well, that's never happened because I'm never wrong.
Yeah. Okay. What would be my favourite thing about you? I know I'm not saying your hair. Don't whisper. Oh, my hair. Your hair's shit. I would say. Oh, I do want to say how loyal you are, but like I love how you are with your friends.
In what sense?
Like I love because obviously I've met quite a few of your friends. Like engagement parties, piss nights out, Christmas Eve.
They drive you crazy.
And basically every time I've seen them, I think they've been pissed. To be fair, but
no, but especially Mel.
Yeah,
she's always been the worst. She's actually been the worst. It's so funny.
I just love because your group's relatively smallish. But you're like you do anything for them. Like you're proper. It's the same as me with my mates. They're like blood. Yeah. They're like your family.
Yeah.
And for me, that's such an important trait to have, where you consider your friends family. Like for me, that's my favorite thing probably about me. The fact that my family extends to all my friends. No matter how many there are, because I've got bloody loads.
Yeah, you've got too many. I don't know how
it's
you've
not
got
too many. I'm a fucking social butterfly that I'm friends with so many people because they love me. But with you, obviously only a couple like you. So, you know, they've stuck by you. You know, I'm obviously like having to tolerate it as well.
No, you just have too much time on your hands. Me, I don't. So I like my group to be small, but at least they're loyal.
Yeah, but that would probably be my favourite thing. Because that's a trait we both have. So that's the only compliment you're getting from me whole episode.
Okay.
Right, here you go. Here's a sick question. I need to know the answer to this because at the moment I'm clueless. The question is Ron a bridesmaid? Yeah. What the fuck am I?
Okay, so I've actually been meaning to ask you. I want you to be my bridesmaid.
So I've got to be on the girl side.
You got to wear a dress though. That's the only thing.
What colour? I'll do it.
I can't say the colour scheme yet because obviously that's just going to let everyone know too much about my wedding. But will you wear a dress?
I'll wear a dress for you.
You take the fucking piss. Obviously, I'm joking.
Hey, obviously, I'm taking the piss. I'm not going to wear a fucking dress. I can be in the same colour though.
No, but I'd like.
How does it work?
I'd want you to match your suit, maybe.
Yeah.
My bridesmaid. So you're not actually a bridesmaid, but you're.
What is the term for it? Like, what am I for it? Like, I've got to be.
So you can't be a bridesmaid, obviously.
Well, yeah, but I'm
not that pretty,
I'm also
huh?
not like a groomsman, am I? Because I'm not on Elsie's side.
Yeah, but I feel like because you're quite close
just a
to me,
fucking guest.
I'd want you to just match maybe the colour scheme.
Okay, what and then start? No, where? No.
Oh my god! No, even better. You're going to be the flower girl.
Actually, yeah.
Oh please! You can walk down the
No, but
aisle.
you've got your nieces.
No, you're going to walk down with them. You're going to hold their hands.
Oh no! Okay, I'll do that.
I love
I'll
that.
Do that.
That would be so cute. Please do that. I
will
love
actually
that.
do that.
Okay, great. We've got it sorted.
Okay, perfect. Next question. Or you might have to dig deep for this one. So, if you could go back and live an experience in your life, where/what would you go to? So I'm assuming, what would you relive if you could go back and live an experience?
Oh, I don't know, because the first thing that comes to my mind is like wanting to go back and change things that I feel like I'd done not wrong, but like I wish I either was aware of or like done something differently.
Oh, so you're saying you live with regrets?
No, I don't live with regrets, but I feel like certain things. Well, I feel like we all regret certain things.
Yeah, but people say you shouldn't change. You shouldn't want to change anything because everything happens for a reason and all that shit.
No, and I do agree with that because it's made me like the person who I am today.
Well, there you go. So you're not going to change anything then?
Yeah, but I feel like I could have, I don't know, been smarter in certain decisions that I made.
Oh, you could definitely been smarter, yeah. Like just in general, I think. Just be flat at that. Trust me, that's a guarantee.
Shut up.
If you could go back, maybe like stay in school, that probably would have helped you quite a lot.
Go on, next one.
Oh, hold on. I haven't told my experience yet.
Oh, yeah, okay. What was your...
Right, so yours was going back to school and being smarter. Perfect. Mine would be... If I could go back and relive an experience... I've had so many good ones. I think it would be certain holidays I had with mates.
Yeah.
I genuinely think like the first time I went to Vegas was my dream trip.
Really?
It was the best thing in the world.
See, when I went to Vegas, I liked it, but I just found it very like cheesy.
Yeah, but it's cliche, but it's like the pure dopamine hits. Like your brain doesn't switch off there. You like a gamble.
Oh, I love a gamble.
Exactly. We like a gamble.
I love, you know what? Can I just say something? One year you really need to come to Cyprus because I literally live in the casinos.
I love a casino.
It. We have to go casino.
I mean, it's bad. Like my old job was financial, but honestly, I love casino.
I know it's really bad. We shouldn't really be encouraging it, but
no, I'm not encouraging it. I'm saying if you like, it's a
no,
hobby.
we have to go. You
hobby.
have to come to Cyprus with me, and we literally need to gamble. Like honestly, I love it.
It is the best thing. Yeah, but the thing is, you're not doing it with your money, so no wonder you love it.
No, I do sometimes.
You liar. Every time you told me about gambling, you're like, no, it's not mine, so it's fine. It's like you're hitting on like if you're playing blackjack, you're hitting on 20. You're like,
but you know what? I swear to you, I win every single time.
Don't say that. Touch wood. That's bad.
I do.
That's bad.
And you know what? So I don't know if I told you about this before, right? But my mom's really spiritual, and she reads like Turkish coffee cups.
What the fuck is that?
So it's okay. I'll explain a little bit, but basically, it's called a fal.
What?
It's a Turkish coffee. You drink it. Fal. It's a Turkish coffee cup. Yeah, you drink it, and then you turn it upside down.
Yeah.
And like, so when you turn it up back to normal and like she looks in it. It's really hard. Like not everyone can see
Like
it.
in Harry Potter where they do, like, you know, where you get...
However you want to call
Yeah.
it. So she'll read it and like I swear to you, my mum gets everything right. And so when we was in Cyprus, my mum literally told me the numbers, okay?
Oh, I'm calling cap on this.
I swear to you, I used all them numbers.
Star signs all over.
No, I used them numbers and I swear to you, I won everything. And she has never been wrong with my file. She told me when I was going to go on Love Island, she told me what I was going to wear going on. I swear to you.
The reason why she told you was going on Love Island is because you applied.
No, I didn't apply. She knew that they were going to call me. You're such an asshole. Just trust me. You know what? One day we're going to bring her here, yeah? She's going to read your
Get
file.
your mum on a podcast.
Yeah.
I'll back it because I know she'll take my side. I think she loves me more than you.
She will read your whole future. She's really talented. I
don't want to know my whole future. That's scared the shit out of me.
Well, if it comes to gambling, you will want to know.
Would you do like that? Would you do like tarot cards and like go?
Yeah, I love it. I can't lie. And I don't agree with it that I do it. Like I think it's really wrong because
you don't agree with
as in I can't help it. I think it's an addiction.
What do you mean you're just intrigued by it? So
no, I keep going to them and I keep saying I'm going to stop. I think it's bad for you in the sense of like, you need to trust in God and just like let your future be sort of thing, how it's going to go. But at the same time, I say that every time and I can't help but go back. But I've gone to really good people. And like recently I went to this guy.
Define really good. I think they're all crock of shit.
No.
So.
Listen, recently I went to this guy called Terry. Would you believe it? Yeah, I had to wait a whole year on his waiting list to go and see him. He's that good, right? And when I went to him, he got so much right and everything has come true. I've got a whole list and literally day by day I'm ticking it off. He was so good. And so for that reason, I'm like addicted. I want to go back to him all the time because it's so good. And I can't help it. I just really want to know my future.
Yeah, but he's already told you your future, so why are you going back?
Because there's more to know. I want to know more, like when, how, what's going to happen next.
That's the fun of life.
He told me that I was going to have like a partner that I do a podcast with, so...
A what?
A partner that I do a podcast with.
Well, I'm not your fucking partner.
You're my partner in podcast.
Well, okay, we'll call it a business partner, but let's...
Yeah, but he's still right.
He's being very broad with those terms right now.
Oh, God. Okay, you don't believe in it then?
I don't believe in it. I do actually think they're a crock of shit. Then they just scam money. But... Okay,
then you don't believe in star signs. I can tell you about your star sign.
Star signs for me are, and please don't judge me on this, but they're just an easy way to talk to girls.
That is so clever.
So I can tell you, I can tell you an absolute.
That is really clever though. I never thought of it that way.
Honestly, lads, I know you're gonna hate it, but like, trust me, it's a game changer.
No, but that is so fucking true because every girl cares about that.
So exactly right. So there's an app. So it was this one girl. This was years and years ago. There's an app called CoStar. Okay. And you basically both download it. You both sync your accounts, and it tells you. I mean, I don't know. I've learned a lot from obviously playing about with it, but it will tell you. Obviously, I know I'm Leo. But it will tell him, like, I don't know, it goes into, like, your sun and your moons and all this shit, right? But it tells you... it tells you...
Does it tell you that you're a control freak and that you like to be center of attention?
I'll actually get it because it is probably the best thing. If you're chatting to a girl that's into star signs, it's... Oh, my God.
What?
I know it's giving me more predictions for 2025 because I've not gone in there. It's actually ridiculous. Right. So for example, it will, this is so bad. It will go through and it will say your compatibility based on your star signs. Right.
Can I ask you something though? Do you believe any of it? To some degree.
I don't, because I think it's very generalized information. I think obviously I read it and I go, do you know what? That does apply to me. But I think someone could give me a passage of text and I could probably find something that applies to me. So like it will give you your compatibility. So it says here, so like with this girl, it says my intellect and communication is perfectly compatible. My love and pleasure, my sex and aggression. Then it says my like mid compatibility is basic identities, senses of responsibility, and then what is bad or doesn't work together are moods and emotions and philosophies of life. And you can go into all these different sections and you find like a detailed explanation of what, like how compatible, why that's the reason. Like, for example, if I'm more like if I'm apparently Leo's, which I do think's like very true, I'm a bit of a romantic. Leos are meant to be like romantic.
But I find like Leo men, they love to be like in charge, like center of attention. Like say in like workplace, you'd want to be like the one telling people what to do. Like, I think that they stress a lot if they're not in control.
Well, I mean, I would say that applies to me, because I hated being controlled in the villa.
So, you know, with tourists, I'm a tourist. They say that...
You're a tourist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tourist, not tourist. Dickhead. And that I'm the most stubborn star sign. Would you believe it?
Yes, I would believe that.
That I'm materialistic.
Yeah, definitely believe that.
What else am I? Quickly look at mine.
I can't be bothered to look at yours. We don't
okay,
have
well,
time.
mine is very true, and I would say it is me, but it also says I'm very generous and I've got loads of good traits too.
I don't know. I don't believe that one. But yeah. But I do think if there's one little bit of advice, it would be get co-star, because it's actually...
You know what? I can't... That is the smartest bit of advice, you know?
I'm telling you, up there for thinking, down there for dancing. That's the way it is. But no, that would be my one bit. It's just... I don't know. I don't believe in it, but it's a great conversation, I think, for girls that believe in that stuff.
Yeah. You just got to pretend that you actually care about it.
Exactly. And it's quite easy to do that a lot of the time. But yes, so finishing on that, it's probably another episode wrapped up. Thank you for tuning in. Comment thoughts down below.
And subscribe. Oh, so cringe.
And we'll see you next time.